Hey, how can I help you?
I would like to sell my vintage Beatles vinyl collection.
This is all the Beatles.
Every one of these albums are the Beatles.
Woo! I'm wondering how long it took you to amass this collection.
I collected between 12 to 15 years.
You got any garage sale finds in here?
I actually do.
Were they underpriced?
They had it for $5. I said, it's not worth $5. It's worth much more. I stopped by the pawn shop today to see if I could sell my 80-album vintage vinyl collection of the Beatles. If I get my asking price of $26,500, I plan on restarting a new collection.
That's pretty cool. You mind if I take a look?
By all means.
The Beatles are like the biggest rock band of all time. I mean,
they influenced popular music as we know it today.
I think they influenced music, period, as we know it today.
Yes.
When the Beatlemania swept America, it was crazy. Everyone loved these four clean-cut guys.
You have no idea what they meant to the world with their music.
Yeah, you know, I kind of do because, you know, they're timeless. Kids younger than me still go buy Beatles t-shirts.
100%.
You know, this music isn't going anywhere.
Every single one of their albums contained multiple hits.
That is true. These guys had a list of hits longer than anyone, you know, in history. I see you have 3 copies of this same album. Is something different here?
They're different variations. What's unique about this album? It is a club issue record. You had to belong to the Beatles fan club.
Well, I can see a little difference on this one. It has a black dot up here.
That is a true first pressing 1964 version.
And then...
This one is a later pressing. It is a stereo pressing.
Okay. A lot going on here for just one album. What else do you got in here?
Meet the Beatles is one album, but there's actually 19 variations.
Whew.
When they were producing these albums, they were in such a hurry. The first 100,000 copies were printed without who produced it. And this one here, this is a true first pressing of the Beatles' second album, still in its original cellophane. It is in near mint condition.
All right. This is a massive collection here. How much are you looking to get for it?
This collection, as it sits right here, I would like $26,500.
Okay. This is a little bit out of my realm. I'm gonna need someone to come down and give me a value on them, and maybe we can come to a deal.
I have absolutely no problem with an expert coming to look. I know that this is vintage and is very collectible.
So, this is his Beatles collection I was telling you about.
Oh, wow. Quite a collection. Do you mind if I take a look?
Please do.
All right.
What are you looking for?
Pulling out some of the cherries, man. Like this one right here. This appears to be a sealed white album. They numbered the original ones, as you can see here. The lower the numbers get, the more desirable they get.
Okay.
We also have another variation of the white album with a hype sticker.
What's that mean, a hype sticker?
Listing some of their hit songs, which you very rarely see on the albums, because when people got them, they would open them up, the shrink wrap would come off, and then, you know.
Put them on the record player.
Yep, exactly. Whenever they're sealed, the value, it can shoot 10 times, 15 times the amount of an open near mint copy.
Wow.
That's pretty incredible. Hey Jude with the hype sticker and sealed. I can't say that I've ever seen this many sealed albums.
Really?
That are original by the Beatles. Where the heck did you get all these?
A lot of looking and a lot of patience.
What kind of value do you put on the whole collection?
It's by far probably one of the nicest Beatles collections I've ever seen. With the white albums that's sealed, I see it go for $1,000 to $1,200. Hey Jude, that can be $800 to $1,000 just because of the sticker and it being sealed. As a whole collection, looking at 30 grand retail.
Wow, 30,000. All right, well, thank you.
This is a great opportunity to own a piece of Beatles history. The collector's market for Beatles records are always growing, and sealed records with hype stickers are constantly going up in value.
Is this music to your ears?
It is.
All right, so taking in everything he said, this is a great collection, but it's gonna take some time to resell, so I'm gonna offer you $15,000.
That's too low. They will go lickety-split. They are that desirable.
I'm gonna have to sell these in an auction-style setting. I'm gonna have to take a little bit off for the fees, so I have to leave a little room to make some money. What are you thinking?
I don't want to beat you up. I know you got to make your money. I'll come down quite a bit. I'll take $25,000. That's 5,000 profit for you.
That's more than I could do still. Would you take 17?
That's still a little low. How about 23.5? That's good money.
I really want to buy this from you. It's just still taking a chance. My absolute final offer is gonna be $20,000. I can't pay you a penny more. I wish I could. Can leave with a good chunk of money here today, and these albums are gonna see a good home.
That's a fair price. So,
All right, let's go do some paperwork. I'll write it up. So which one did you buy for $5 at the garage sale? What do you got here?
AC/DC album.
Let There Be Rock.
It's signed by a lot of the original band members.
Yeah, AC/DC, you know, one of the greatest bands of all time. It's got Angus and Malcolm Young, Cliff Williams, and we got Bon Scott on here? That's pretty crazy. I don't know if I've ever seen his signature before.
This is the Holy Grail.
Yeah, it's hard to get someone to sign something from the grave.
Yeah? Yeah. I know AC/DC started in Australia, and they're probably the most recognizable music out there. If I sell this album, I'd really like to get about $10,000. I collect vinyl, but digitizing my collection, and who doesn't want an extra 10 grand?
I know there's at least 10 or 15 AC/DC songs that I love rocking out to.
Yeah, they're all good.
How did you get this?
And it was cool. I used to buy a lot of vinyl, and so I picked this up at a garage sale. It was in a box that I bought.
That sounds a little too good to be true.
It does, doesn't it? I got it home, and I started going through it. It was all autographs, so I thought, yeah.
Well, this is pretty cool. The brothers Angus and Malcolm started the band in 1973.
Right.
They had a nice little following in Australia, but they just didn't pick up over here in the United States until Highway to Hell came out.
Right.
And after that, it was just like a steamroll. I mean, they had hit after hit. They had 3 hits on the top 40, sold over 71 million albums. I mean, everything these guys touched turned to gold, or platinum, literally. And today, they still tour.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song?
Back in Black, probably.
Yeah, I think that might just be almost everyone's favorite
Yeah.
song. So, how much do you want for it?
I'm asking 10,000.
Whew. That's probably too much, but honestly, I don't really know with this signature right here because it's so rare. Have you ever had it checked out or looked at by?
I've looked it up, and I think it's real. I really do.
If you got some time to hang around, I could call a buddy of mine in, Steve Grad. He's the #1 man when it comes to identifying autographs.
He knows his stuff.
Yeah, let me call him up and see if he can come down.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, give me a minute.
All right, man. You know, I have some doubt in my mind if these are real or not, so I welcome, you know, an expert coming in, and if this is real, I got some money coming my way.
I've seen AC/DC signatures before. I've never seen the Bon Scott signature, so.
Yeah, that's about the rarest of the rare. Collecting signed albums, especially in America, wasn't really popular till about 1980. So, yeah, I could see warning signs going off. So, first one I'll take a look at is the Bon Scott signature. See this right here? That's the ink right there. Live ink, no question about it. You could see it right there with the naked eye. So I'm seeing some good signs here. The next thing I want to do is look at period examples. And we look here at a Bon Scott example. His first name had this kind of wavy, almost like a balloon type B. And that's kind of what we see here in the formation here. They add AC/DC. And I want to look at some of the other guys here too, especially the signature of Cliff. Tends to be kind of sloppier than everybody else, you know, really kind of condensed. You see here, CW, basically, a bunch of loops, AC/DC. If we go back over here, C, pretty much W, AC/DC. So those are all good signs.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, so what do you think?
Okay. Unquestionably real. This is a really fantastic piece of rock and roll history.
All right, well, he wants $10,000 for it.
$10,000, that's a little steep.
You're not gonna get that signature again.
You're not gonna get it again, but you know, all things considered, it's only worth so much. I'd put the value of this right at around $5,000.
Wow. Whew. Well, you gave me what I need to know.
Cool. Good
Thank
luck,
you.
man. Yeah, thanks. The resale on something like this would be almost instantaneous because 90% of the Bon Scott signatures I see are forged. Bon Scott's autograph with AC/DC, it's the holy grail.
I'll give you 3,000 for it.
Nah, I couldn't do that. I'm thinking like maybe 7.
7? No, he said it's probably worth 5. Are you willing to go 3,500?
55.
Man, I'll tell you what, I don't think we're gonna get a deal here. My advice to you is get this framed up with a nice piece of glass so that these signatures don't get ruined, man.
Cool, I'll do that.
Hang it on your wall. Have a good day.
All right, thanks. Well, you know, I think I'm gonna just hang on to it because in a couple of years, it's gonna be worth a whole lot more than 5,000.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Hi. I have an extremely rare recording of the Liberty Bell from 1944.
All right. A lot of people don't know this, but the first time the U.S. used the Liberty Bell was the first public reading of the Declaration of Independence.
Oh.
You know, we call it a Declaration of Independence. In England, they call it a Declaration of War.
I'm a bit of a collector and a picker, and I was hired to clean up a hoarder's property that had all kinds of stuff on it. And it was the only thing of real value I found. I actually had it stored away for 4 years, and then one day I found online that someone else had one and was selling it for $50,000. So I thought maybe I could get a decent buck for it.
This is interesting. The Liberty Bell was actually built by the British, and it was basically to signify town events. It was delivered in 1752, and it was rang once, and it got a crack. It was recast twice before it was hung on the State House steeple in 1753. During the Revolutionary War, we took the bell and hid it because we were afraid the British were going to take it back and melt it down and make cannons.
Wow.
So it's been moved around a lot, which didn't help the crack much. Now they actually hit it with a rubber mallet instead of using it as a giant bell.
I see.
Do you mind if I take a look at it?
Not at all. Please do.
Okay. RCA Victor. And Liberty Bell recorded at Independence Hall, Philadelphia, August 23rd, 1944. This recording was actually meant to be broadcast if and when we defeated the Nazis in Europe in World War II. It's been rang throughout history to signify huge events. They did it on the bicentennial. It's part of America. You know, it's up there with the Constitution.
Right.
So what are you looking to do with it, man?
Well, I was thinking about selling it, actually.
Any idea what you're looking to get out of it?
I had $10,000 on it just because I just picked that out of thin air.
So you have no real reason to be asking $10,000 for it. You're just kind of taking a guess there?
I just took a guess.
Okay. Do you mind if I go make a phone call real quick and kind of check a little bit more into this?
Not at all. I'd like to know more about it myself.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm totally fine with him making a phone call to get more information about it. I'd like to have him help me find out a value of what it's worth.
Hey,
Hey, what's up?
just sitting here working. What are you doing?
Down in LA working?
You're not working, you're on vacation.
I'm not on vacation. If I was on vacation, do you think I'd take Chum with me? I'm actually working, trying to make money for the shop.
Okay. Real quick, guys got an RCA record of the Liberty Bell being rang. You think it's worth anything?
No, because I'm sure there's online recordings, and who's gonna buy a record of the Liberty Bell ringing? So this show interesting, but I don't see anybody buying that.
Yeah, all right, I didn't either. All right, have fun on your vacation. I'll talk to you later. So I just made a phone call about it. You got something here pretty cool, but I don't really see it having much value. I mean, it's cool, it's a nice thing to have, but you could literally jump on the internet and see and hear the same exact thing.
I believe it's a very rare historical document.
Okay, it's a record. Doesn't mean I'm not wrong. More than welcome to try to sell it to somebody else. It's just not gonna be me, all right?
Okay.
I appreciate you coming down. Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
your time. Thank you. Unfortunately, I was not able to come to a deal today, but I still believe that it's valuable. So I'm going to try another avenue, try to sell this thing.
What do we got here?
We have probably one of the rarest records in the world.
Okay.
The 5 Sharps, Stormy Weather.
The 5 Sharps. I have never heard of them.
This is the infamous copy on the Dick Clark show where they had an oldies rarest record. And it was in bulletproof glass with armored guards around it.
Okay. And with the Dick Clark, with the thing with the, like, behind bulletproof glass and the security guards, it made great TV.
Jubilee Records had a fire in their warehouse, supposedly, and all the masters and copies of the record were burned in the fire. And there's only maybe a few known copies that are in the world. I'd like to sell the record because I feel it's very valuable, and I think it's time to maybe pass it on.
To tell you the truth, I know nothing about this record.
My father had a record label named Bim Bam Boom Records. He had purchased this record in 1971 and released it on his record label. The record has, if you notice, has a crack in it. So my father had taken the record to a recording studio and recorded the record. Every time it came up to the crack, he had them cut and splice the tape, made a master, re-released it on his record label. So doo-wop collectors, if they wanted to hear this record, they bought the re-release that was on his label.
Okay. This record's got a really weird story. I've heard of the song Stormy Weather, but I have never heard of the 5 Sharps. So I am completely in the dark on this item right now. Are you looking to sell it?
Yes, I am.
How much are you looking to get out of it?
$25,000.
It must be really special then.
It is very special. As anyone who's a collector that wanted to hear this record, they know that it was pressed from this copy. And there's maybe 4 of them in the world.
Really amazing story. So let me call my buddy. This is the guy who buys everything for, the Hard Rock Hotel. So if there's anyone who will know, it'll be him. Okay?
Sounds good.
Hold on a few minutes. I'll give him a call. I'll get him down here, and he can tell me why it's so special. Okay?
Thank you. I'm fine with an expert coming in. I know it's the real McCoy.
Hello, how are you doing today? What do you got?
And he says this is like the rarest of the rare records.
He's right. This is the holy grail of doo-wop 78s. Stormy Weather's a great track, isn't it? Lena Horne made it her signature tune in the 40s. And then here we got a doo-wop version of it in the 50s. In actual fact, if you've ever heard it, it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's awful. This is famous just for being a rare record. It's not famous for being a good record.
Okay.
Doo-wop music, it's really a forerunner of rock and roll. It's primarily comes out of the suburban areas of New York, Queens, Brooklyn, where guys would get together on street corners and just practice vocal music. The infamy of this record comes from a doo-wop record store in Times Square. Somebody brought this record in to show the owner of the record store he wanted to play it on his radio show, so he took it home. Somewhere on the way home, it got broken. The guy's pet raccoon sat on it. And then he put an ad saying, well, I'll replace it for the guy. And then they discovered how rare it was. They couldn't ever come up with a replacement. So from that point on in the record collecting community, there was always this myth and this reward for this one record. The raccoon story is really part of what makes this so notorious. But how can we prove that the raccoon made that break?
I'm not really sure how you're gonna answer that, but I do know that this record was supposedly the one that was that record.
I can't add in any value for the raccoon. It all goes to condition.
So what do you think it's worth?
This record could have gone for upwards of $20,000. I would only pay $20,000 for the most beautiful copy. This one, it's cracked. That's a major thing to me. But I don't think you could easily get more than $3,000 or $4,000 for it.
Okay.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, always. I think if the guy could prove that that the raccoon sat on this very record, it would be worth the money.
I would give you $1,000 for it.
It's funny you should say that, though, because I've already gotten offers 4 times the amount he offered.
Good luck with it. And also remember, offers are one thing, cash is another.
Understood.
Good luck with it, man.
Thank you. Be well. He's entitled to his opinion, but for that amount of money, I would just keep it and hang it on my wall.
What do we have here?
I have a bone record.
What is a bone record?
It's an X-ray. It's like an X-ray record that they used for like band music back in the day.
You know, it's definitely an X-ray of something, it looks like.
Looks like boobs.
It's not boobs.
Maybe I'm just seeing things.
A bone record is like a vinyl X-ray that they used to get band music on back in the 40s and 50s. I'm gonna try to sell it for $500. If I get the full $500, I am going to spend the money on recording an album for my band.
I'm just sort of like baffled by it. Where did you get this thing?
My grandpa. He gave it to me because I play music and I can't do anything with it.
So I'm assuming it's Russian?
Yes, it's from Russia. My family's actually from Russia, so.
I've never heard the term bone record, but I remember hearing about how the bootleg records in Eastern Europe, they would press records on X-rays because up until the Berlin Wall came down, the Soviet Union at the time didn't like Western culture. They weren't allowed to have Western music. This is how they sort of bootlegged them. This was the Soviet Union. You did what they told you to do, and if you had any contraband, they sent you to the Gulag. You went to a work camp and worked there till you died. That was their system of government.
I feel like I'm in a gulag.
Not until the Berlin Wall came down in 1989 was Western music allowed in the Soviet Union. It was illegal to own any type of record-making device, recorder. It was even illegal to own a printing press or a Xerox machine. So it makes sense that they make music on an X-ray. It's kind of weird, but that's the materials they had, and that's all they could do. So have you ever played their album or the record?
No, I've never played it. You have to have like a special record player to play it, and I don't even know where to get one.
Okay, so I'm assuming you want to sell it?
Yes.
And how much do you want to sell it for?
500?
That seems like a very arbitrary number.
Yes.
Do you mind if I call in my music guy? I'm just completely baffled with it.
No.
This is,
Go ahead.
I mean, for all I know, it could be worth $5 or it could be worth $5,000. So give me a few minutes, okay?
Will do. I think it's great that an expert comes in because I know nothing about it, so it'd be interesting to see what he has to say.
So this is it. Have you seen these things before?
I've heard of them. I've never actually messed with one before. It's made on an X-ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was probably Russian. Western music was illegal, so these guys would bootleg stuff. They made them on whatever material they had, and so X-rays were probably pretty regularly available. You know, bone records are kind of collectible, you know? You get these guys that are obsessive about records and the history of it, and they're a neat thing to have in your collection that you could show. Like, oh, yeah, well, you've got that. Well, I've got one of these, you know, kind of thing.
So do you think this thing will play?
It might. I'll put it on here and play it, but it might, like, cut a spiral in it or destroy it. I don't know if it's going to work or not.
Okay, I'll go.
Risk is on you guys, man.
It sounds like somebody's killing somebody.
Yeah, it does kind of.
I can understand why the Russians were always so angry.
You know, it's probably 50 years old, so who knows what it sounded like when they first did it. It might have been pretty decent.
What are these things worth?
Stuff like this kind of falls in. It's a copy. It's like saying, well, I got a cassette tape of the Beatles' White Album. You know what I mean? It's a copy. It's a copy. It is a rarity and stuff like that.
I get it.
And there aren't that many of them, but there's people asking $200 or $300 for them, but I've never seen one sell for that much. They usually sell right around $80 or $100. That's usually what they end up selling for.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
Want to get an idea on it.
Yeah. Yep. Hope it helps.
All right.
Catch you guys later. I think it's kind of a cool buy for Rick just because it's something he's never seen before. You know, it's the first one I've ever actually put my hands on. It's kind of a rare thing. Nothing else, he gets it right. It's cool to just a conversation piece in the shop.
So I'll give you $30.
30? Jeez. He said 200, so I'd like to start there, if anything.
Well, no, he said he's seen people ask as much as that, but he's seen himself for like 80 or 100 bucks.
Right.
Like you said, it's an oddity. It's one of those weird things. I'll tell you what. I'll give you 50 bucks and I won't give you a dime more.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right, sweet, dude.
That's good.
We got a deal.
Thanks.
I'll meet you right over there and I'll write you up. Oh, no, as a matter of fact, this guy will write you up.
All right. Got it. If I would have got the 500, I would have recorded with my band, but since I'm getting 50, I'm just gonna go buy an album at the store.
Hey, can I help you?
How you doing? Got a Rolling Stones record here I think you might want to buy.
The Rolling Stones limited edition collector's item.
That's right. This is a promotional record that came out in the late 60s. It was distributed only to radio stations, was never released commercially.
Okay. I think I've heard of this. This is one of those weird records they go crazy for. They printed hardly any of them.
Right.
You want me to unwrap this for you?
No, don't do that. This Rolling Stones record was released to radio stations only. It is a limited edition collector's item, and there is a collector who had a copy, and he wanted $7,000 to $10,000 for it. I said, boy, I gotta get a hold of mine and take it down to the pawn shop, make some money.
That is really cool. I mean, was it released any other way?
No, this is more or less a compilation. I think they were promoting the 1969 tour at that time. And they just wanted a nice cross-section of songs to give to the radio stations.
Okay. We have Walking the Dog, Susie Q, who doesn't know that? High and Dry, No Expectations, Dear Doctor. The songs don't sound real familiar. It's not like they're super hits besides maybe Susie Q.
Right.
The Rolling Stones are absolute rock and roll royalty. They came to the United States in the 1960s, part of the British invasion. The Stones have had over 20 top 10 hits and are still selling out stadiums today. Nothing is more rock and roll than that. It's absolutely amazing that it's still in the plastic. Back in the day, you know, you bought records to play them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how much were you asking for it?
$4,000.
I mean, in the far crevices of my mind, I remember something about this album, but I don't know nearly enough to figure out a price on it.
Mm-hmm.
The Rolling Stones, anything to do with them can be worth a lot of money. Let me call a friend of mine and he will know what this thing is worth. He'll know a decent retail value on it, and we'll go from there.
No, I think that'd be great.
Okay? Hang out a little bit. Be right back.
Thanks. I'm all for an expert coming in and taking a look at this record. I hope he tells me that this is the holy grail of Rolling Stones collectibles and that I make the big bucks today.
This supposedly was issued by the record company, 100 copies for England and 100 copies for America. And this is probably one of the more sought-after records in the promo category.
Mm-hmm.
There is no Rolling Stones memorabilia. I've seen one Mick Jagger stage costume in 25 years of doing this. The Rolling Stones have it all. They've pretty much got it in their own warehouses. There's always been a big market for those rarities.
So,
it's a valuation.
Yeah, well, what's it worth?
Yeah, well, the price would be $3,000.
Okay.
That would be the price.
So you think this one's worth $3,000?
Of course not.
Huh?
First clue is, the one we're looking for doesn't say collector's item.
Okay.
All right? And this one here says manufactured in Australia.
Okay.
By EMI Records. This one is easily found on the internet for about 150 bucks.
All right.
Once again, I'm the bubble burster.
Okay. All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure. Sorry about that.
Problem.
So obviously, $4,000 is not going to happen.
No, I guess not.
Do you still want to sell it, or is just your
Make me an offer.
50 bucks?
How about 100?
I'll tell you what. I'll go 60 bucks on it.
75.
60 bucks.
65. You don't see these around. I mean, it's vinyl.
You know what? I'll give you the 65 bucks for it.
Okay.
Okay. And I'll meet you right over there, and we'll do some paperwork.
Okay, thanks. I was hoping to take my wife to Paris on a vacation, but instead I'll take my wife out to a nice French dinner.
How you doing?
Good.
Okay, we got some old vinyl.
Got some old vinyl. Led Zeppelin.
All right. So we have Led Zeppelin 1. This album was Dazed and Confused, Communication Breakdown. This was like a mega album. They were so different compared to anything else out there at the time.
And the young people just loved it.
I'm an old guy, I still love it.
I know, me too. Me too. Today I brought in my collection of Led Zeppelin early vinyl. Included in that is a test pressing from 1968, prior to their debut album being released in America. I've done a lot of research on it, and it feels the fair price for the whole collection would be about $5,300.
You really made my week. Led Zeppelin wasn't one of those bands with a slow start. I mean, it was just rock and fuel right out the gate. Their first album went platinum real quick, and they went on to be considered like one of the greatest rock bands in history. Everyone remembers Led Zeppelin 4 or the untitled album.
Right.
We all know what's on here, Stairway to Heaven.
Yes.
You know Stairway to Heaven, right?
Yeah, Rick, everyone knows Stairway to Heaven.
Do you know this album?
That's called Dinner with Zeppelin.
This is Presence.
This one was a cool one because of the
object.
The object, yeah.
And all the other pictures of the object. You know there actually was no object?
No.
Okay, these were all airbrushed into the scenes.
No kidding.
But Atlantic Records actually made 1,000 objects and sent them out to different people in the music industry. And not a lot of them are still around. They actually go for some good money nowadays. I would love to have one, though. And this is...
This is my pride and joy here. This is a test pressing from 1968. Included with it is a letter from Atlantic Records.
Okay. December 30th, 1968, we have pleasure in enclosing a white label of the first album by Led Zeppelin. We felt that you would like an advance copy. Sincerely, June Harris.
Did you know June Harris?
Did not know June Harris, no.
So how did you come across this?
I bought it at a garage sale. Didn't even realize what I was buying until I got out in the car, and my wife looked at it and said there was a letter in it.
So you got it for like a quarter?
I did. I did. So I started doing a little research on it and come to find out there's about maybe 300 of these is what I've read that were made and sent out. So it was released real early prior to Led Zeppelin even being known in America.
All right, so how much you want for these?
Well, I was thinking I would try to ask $5,300 for the whole set.
All right, I have no idea. All I know is it's super cool. I have a friend who will know everything there is to know about this.
Excellent.
This is his business, and I'll get a price. I'll be right back.
Thank you. It's fantastic that an expert is coming in because I'd like to know more about the album myself. If I could sell this collection, I'd probably buy more albums.
So what do you got for me today?
Not exactly sure.
What is this? Oh, the first Led Zeppelin record.
It's a test pressing from 1968.
And a great album it was, too. In England, we were waiting for this band to come out. Everybody had a lot of hopes that this would be the next super group. And they thought, well, what happens if it doesn't? We'll go down like a lead balloon. So that's why they called it Led Zeppelin.
Is that why they called it Led Zeppelin?
Yeah, yeah. So you say this is a test pressing?
Yes.
I've seen these before, and I've seen a few of them. This is a hand-typed label. That would normally be handwritten if it was a test pressing, but it's actually a press kit copy. Normally, this would be accompanied with the letter and a press kit, and this was sent to newspapers and things, so there's going to be hundreds of them. They're quite common.
All right, so what do you think it's worth?
So it's got the letter, which is good. If it had the press kit, it would be a lot more unique. As it stands, I would say $750 would be a retail price.
I mean, he's got some other albums here. I really don't think there's much with these albums. I think these are just standard albums.
They'd probably end up being worth $25 or $30 a piece.
And the big question, this exists, correct?
The object?
Yes, there are some still out there, right?
They're still out there.
You want to keep that in the back of your mind. If you come across an object, I need an object.
We can keep an eye out for that.
Okay, well, thanks, man.
Always my pleasure. I'd like to see Rick buy this for the shop. The letter makes it very collectible, and it should get a good price based over a regular, ordinary copy of the album.
All right, so, I mean, you got 25 bucks a piece on these albums, $750 there, that's 900 bucks retail. I'll give you 500 bucks.
I don't think I'd be willing to let it go for that. Anything much less than what I was asking.
What would you be willing to go on it?
It is my pride and joy of this collection, and I would probably do $4,500.
Yeah, he's just my guy, and I trust him, and he's always been honest, so.
Yeah, no, and he sounds exactly like he knows what he's talking about.
Thanks for bringing him in. Okay. It's cool, though.
It is cool.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good day, man.
All right.
Really do want one of those, though.
I'm pretty sure we got one in the back room. Let me go find it.
I really want an object.